trying to keep it up with Loud or get the best loot of the map.
And Gelo coming in for Corinthians. We haven't seen it happen a lot in the season, but Gelo is coming in for Razor. Now, Corinthians with Bop, Sousado, Zenak, and Gelo in this matchup.
Gelo, who started the season on the place of Bops, who were the Ousado, Zenak, Hazuri, and Gelo, the best team from last season, but Bops had a quite good season, and he stuck with the squad. And right now, I think it's very fair to have Gelo playing at least once during the finals for Corinthians, who is keeping a regular game, but we'll see if that's really enough to take the trophy home, because this is the last time they will come in purgatory, at least for this season.
And now we have Los Grandes doing their usual rotation. Let's see if they will perform better than what they did in the first 6 maps. They still have the chance to go for the championship. The title is still out in the open, right?
Yeah, the title is still in the open, but I feel like Los Grandes had an average game after spending a season in Lbff Serie B and moving up by just 1 point to the 50th season. Performance has exceeded during the 50th and the 60th season, Marcelo.
And now we see Tropa being harmed by Nitrox Top 10. Bravo took Spill to the floor, and now Head is leading the charge for Nitrox Top 10. We want to be more aggressive in this 7th map of the day, and Romeo will put Legits to the floor once again. He will take the kill, he will take the first blood for Nitrox Top 10, while Bravo gets Spill, and now Killet tries to rotate. Tropa being really harmed by the players of Nitrox Top 10, and Romeo is coming over with the Mag 7. Killet uses 7, and Giga will put Romeo to the floor, but Head will bring it back and put Killet to sleep. Nitrox Top 10 is still with 3 players to fight, but only 1 to fight for Tropa. Chinese is taking control of the house in Crossroads, while we have Giga running away from the fight. Only 1 player left alive for Tropa. That breaks the heart of a team that is fighting to be on the top. But now Los Grandes is also coming for Nitrox Top 10, and they are being harmed. They are taking the shots. The shots are coming in. Head leading the charge against Mamute. The car is all blown up, and Bravo will go to the floor. Gus is bringing the fight to the players of Nitrox Top 10. Bravo goes back to the lobby. Head is the one holding the door against the players, and MVR is trying to find a good spot to fight with Gus. Him and Cebolinha are using the ice to protect themselves, but they got trapped in the ice. The grenades from Mamute are trying to hold the players from Nitrox over there. MVR rotating, trying to find a good spot to fight, and Chinese will put Mamute down with a nice shot. He will finish off Mamute, he will get the kill and take 1 player from Los Grandes away of this fight, but Gus will bring it back. Cebolinha is with him. 2 players down and 1 player back to the lobby. By Nitrox Top 10, there's only Chinese to fight. MVR and Cebolinha are back on the floor, and Nitrox Top 10 will be wiped out. Los Grandes amping up the rhythm and taking Nitrox Top 10 out of the game after Nitrox Top 10 almost took off Tropa from the game. So 2 teams pretty destroyed in this matchup, Carol.
That was a mess-up game coming from Nitrox Top 10, even though they got a few eliminations, Marcelo. Back in the lobby once again in the bottom position after getting an amazing booyah today. This is not indeed a performance coming from a team that wants to be champions here. And on the other hand, Los Grandes, who got the loot in Moat House, they did a quick rotation through fields. They are finally understanding the game. 3 more matches for them to happening, and let's see if they will join the fight for the title.
Let's see what happened. While we see the region of Brasilia taken by Metagaming, by Before, and now Corinthians approaching the region, but Corinthians doing the game that made them so tough last season, on the edge of the river, going for the hold door strategies, waiting for the teams to try to come into the safe zone, and they miss the spot because Corinthians is there to take them out of the game.
And that's actually an unusual rotation for Corinthians. By this time, they would not be in Brasilia, but something tells me that the game will be decided this side of the map in Brasilia, as we see all the teams gathering to the best spots as they can to understand the late stages of the game. Still 11 teams alive, 40 players in our servers, and a lot of more action to happen today because this is the last time we will meet in Purgatory this year and today.
Let's check out what will happen for the last time in Purgatory this season. As Carol pointed out, we are going for the end of the season. We're reaching the end of Season 6. Who will be the champion of Season 6? Will Before make it count after an incredible season, an incredible regular season, a record-breaking regular season with a huge amount of points on their hands? Will they be able to make it count? Will they be able to make that advantage count for themselves? Will Loud come to contest it? Will Assassin Sports be the first dual champion here in Brazil, the first two-time champions here in Lbff? Will Fluxo bring it back after 2 bad drops? Those are the 3 last maps for Icaro.
For now, we have the same scenario that we had last season. Of course, not with Before leading the charge, but with a Fluxo team trying to get in the first position and falling in the 6th map. So, like I said, let's see if right now they can bring it back and finally put this in the game where they will fight once again for the title, as we see also Loud and SS Sports tied with them. So Purgatory, Kalahari, and Bermuda will set the game. I will be more savage. I think Purgatory will come to set the game for the next maps. And we'll see, maybe we will already have the picture of the winner.
This is an important moment indeed. This will split the teams that will be fighting on the last 2 maps for the title. And let's see where the safe zone will close to. SSC Sports doing their usual late rotation to inside and this close to the fields.
Ooh.
Oh my god, this changes a lot in this matchup. And we know that Loud is such a strong team in Purgatory. They now have the advantage with Vivo Cade. And Vivo Cade was trying to bring it back on the last Bermuda map. They scored 24 points and now they might be in the run to go back into the fight, Carol.
I was looking for a Fluxo team and I was like, a Fluxo team is back in the lobby, but they left Central and went on the backside of the island in Lumber Mill, Fire Brigade. They didn't meet with Night Shoes Miners. Oh my goodness, what's going on?
Let's check out the rotation from before. Lobato went down and now needs help from Iago over there. Let's see how Before will rotate after they lost their position in Brasilia and they now have to rotate 2 fields quickly. And we know that Before is a team that is not comfortable away from the center of the safe zone. When they have to rotate, they find some problems. Those problems right now are something that Before do not want because they don't want to lose the lead.
Exactly. They don't want to lose the lead. They don't want to lose the lead. And Marcelo, when there is this pressure over the leadership for a team, I feel like they don't play like normal, you know. They indeed feel more the pressure, and they are way too worried to lose it. So they play scared, they play with fear. And let's see if Before have to change their drop call, not having to leave Brasilia right now, will connect their game to the late states.
Let's see what will happen in this matchup 4v4 as we reach 12 minutes played and only one team fully wiped out. We know that we have Tropa with only one player to fight, but only one team wiped out. It was Nitrox top 10 on the hands of Los Grandes.
And I'm excited to see not only Kalahari and Bermuda, but especially Purgatory right now, because crazy things happen.
Crazy things happen, and now we see Fluxo going crazy after the players from Team Coda Solid, but it was Giga who took the kill. The player from Tropa still alive and making it count. Fak goes to the floor as well, and this is a bad fight right now for Fluxo, losing 2 players early in the fight, and now Nobru taking a few shots and being left with only an inch of life left, and he is being shot the double vector. And Quali comes in with the Thompson to take him down and to send him back to the lobby. Only one player to fight for Fluxo in this matchup. While we see Metagaming coming into this fight as well. Pong tries to hold on the players from Metagaming. He uses the XM shotgun to take the shots out, but the Bao is singing up on his head. And the Mark 7 from Drax will send him back to the floor. Vichinchi is still using the ice to try to advance. Alokyo is by his side, but Giga will put Alokyo down. While we see Drax taking the kill, Pão and Vichinchi goes to the hands of Metagaming. Team Coda Solid with only one player to fight. Japa, BKR, and Giga are saving their teams by the foot of the hill in Brasilia. Gimons, he tries to break the ice. He tries to find the last players from Team Coda Solid. Quality will help Alokyo over there, and they will try to keep Team Coda Solid in this fight. The 2 players are shooting, but Metagaming is coming with Gimons leading the charge. Let's see how Drax will fare off against the ice. Alokyo is rotating. He tries to find some space. Quali will put Kawe to the floor. Can they bring it back? No, they can't. Gimons and Lost bring the fight to Metagaming, and they got 4 kills and send Team Coda Solid back to the lobby with no points for position, Carol.
Unfortunately, no points for position, but who's getting the points? It is Metagaming holding their position, getting into fights, and holding it in their favor. And we'll see if SS Sports, who is also on the run, tied with Loud, Marcelo, will take that in their favor.
Let's see how Loud will fare off, because the fight is mano-a-mano right now. SS Sports and Loud in fields. As Loud has the advantage of being inside of fields, being inside of a house, and it seems that SSC Sports will not engage.
Yeah.
They don't want to fight Loud right now. They want to go with their rotation to the other side of the safe zone. As we see right now, Gus trying to take the players from Netshoes Miners. Netshoes having a tough day right now. Only 11 points for them, and Kawe will put Gus to the floor. Metagaming is getting to the fight as well. Gus will go to the floor. 10 teams still remaining, 14 minutes played in this matchup. Cebolinha tries to find a good spot to fight against the players from Netshoes Miners. MVR will side field, and he will try to side Rick, but Rick will bring it back and send MVR to the lobby. Now only Cebolinha to fight for the players of Los Grandes, trying to keep them alive in this battle. We see before on top of Giga, the last remaining player from Tropa. But Loud is now engaging in the fight against SSC Sports. That fight is finally happening. While before tries to hold Corinthians downhill and get a better positioning to run inside of the safe zone. While Netshoes Miners also fight against Metagaming. Brozin tries to put the shots onto the players of Corinthians. We see Bobson Zenak over there. Osado is on the floor, while Gelo tries to exchange some shots over there as well. But Noda is on the floor. Jubinha tries to fight the fight back to SSC Sports. Loud will put them down, and look at Noda, he takes 3 kills, and SSC Sports is down. Loud is on the fight. They got the 4 kills, and their players are still alive. Netshoes Miners goes down in the 8th position, only 19 players remaining, but 7 squads. We have 3 squads with only 1 player still standing. Bobs is over there, trying to hide by the trees. We have Gelo also hiding by the trees. Before has 2 players to fight. It's Juan and Prozin over there. As we see Lobato also there. Before is with the full squad on the top of the hills. Let's see how Fields will fare off for Loud. If Loud gets a booyah here, this changes everything in this matchup. Let's see how Vivo Kate also comes into this match. Modestia gets the kill on Lost. He got 9 on Bermuda, and he is on fire with the grenade launcher. Ooh. Now Kawan tries to hold up Corinthians from climbing the hill. More grenade launcher shots coming over, trying to take Kawan off the matchup, and Corinthians will go down because Bobs was taken by the safe zone, but Lobato will put Kawan to sleep. Now before he's entering the fight as well, Iago goes to the floor. Trax takes General and Dead God, and Tropa will go down finally, but Vivocade tries to bring it back with Modestia. Only one player to fight for metagaming, and he will go down. Loud now with 4 players, 4 from before as well. Let's see how that fight will go on. 4 teams, 12 players still remaining. Loud has 3 players to fight. The grenades are coming in. The ice is trying to be broken. But Kronos will find the grenade on Lobato, and Loud tries to bring the fight back. But Iago with them M249 takes the wheel, and Kronos are making it count. There's only one player to fight for before. It is Iago running for the MVP, and he will go down. He will go down. The fight is for Loud to become the leader of Lbff Season 6 in the Grand Finals.
Oh my gosh, I know this player of Fluxo is still alive, Marcelo.
There is one player from Fluxo still alive. It's Chapa BKR.
Oh my gosh.
Can he take the booyah? Oh my god. 4 players from Vivocade. Chapa BKR puts General to the floor, and he will get the kill. Nando 9 is wide open. He can get the kill. Can Chapa BKR do it? My god. The safe zone is hitting. Loud goes down in the 3rd position, and Chapa BKR is still alive. Nando 9 is trying to go over him. He can get into Modestia, but Fluxo will not be able to load it. So it's a boom! Oh yeah, Vivocade! What an ending to this match! What a story being told here! Vivocade is bringing it back! Loud is trying to take the lead! Fluxo is keeping themselves alive! And Before is fighting with their hearts to keep on the lead! What is going on today, Carol?
What indeed is going on today, Marcelo? I'm amazed by what is happening here right now. Vivocade giving their life, Loud fighting to the late stage of the game, Before trying to hold it, leaving Brasilia for, I don't know, one of the very first times, getting out of their comfort zone, Marcelo, and trying to come for the other teams. We are watching massive fights of lions. And when I say lions, it is Fluxo team, Loud, Before, and Vivocade.
They are back in the fight. It's incredible to see how Vivocade turn the game around when you get to the late game. Last season, it was on map 6, they turned the game around and took the title from Corinthians. This season on 6th game, they turned the game around, and now they are back in the fight. Can Vivocade take the title? I want to see the confirmation of the points. I want to see the highlights of this matchup, because we're getting to the last 2 maps of the day, of the season, of the history of Lbff Season 6, and they are back in the fight.
And what's funny about of all of it, it is that the exactly same match Vivocade is rising up. In the 6th match, they took down Fluxo team. They are back in the game with 14 eliminations, and right now back in Purgatory, getting their first booyah here today and going for the title once again. So let's understand one thing, Marcelo. This season we can have a second winners, who is Fluxo team and Vivocade right now. But also we can have new winners, who is Loud and Before. As we are heading to Kalahari and eventually to Bermuda, this is getting even more interesting.
This is getting too incredible for us to see. Everything will be decided on the last map. No one has an advantage over other teams. Before, who had an incredible season that was ending the whole season.
I was biting my nails, Marcelo, because in the late stage of the game, the last player of Fluxo team was still alive, and I was so sure that Loud wouldn't make it before Fluxo team going back to the lobby, and right now they got the points of the 2nd place.
4 second place finishes for Fluxo.
For Fluxo team.
4 second
and
place finishes.
I mean, the whole squad of Vivocade was just waiting for Loud team. They
didn't
don't
know.
even engage against Before and Loud. So that's amazing. That's how a winner post yourself.
And Chapa BR took the kill onto Modestia, as we see the standings coming up on the, and Loud still on the 2nd position. These are the standings for the last map, and we got to update it. We'll bring it right back for you guys with the standings updated. And of course, we saw the difference. It was only 8 points between before and Loud and SSE Sports, but SSE Sports went down and went to the lobby really soon in this matchup, and only Loud was left to fight in the end of the game.
Yeah.
But like nothing, we just see that Japa BK is still alive. I wasn't even counting on Fluxo being in the end of the matchup.
I thought they were over in that fight over against Metagaming. Of course, one player was still alive, but I couldn't picture that he would handle that until late stages of the game. And as we see in different rotation, that SS Sports were not so good. When it closes to the side of Mableworks, nice. MT Villa, nice. Central, amazing for SS Sports. But then when it's time for them to come to fields, they just drop out drastically in their performance in the map of Victory. But no worries, Marcelo, because we have rewards right now to talk about, and there it is.
The rewards for 750k people watching the broadcast still out in the open, and for 1 million as well. So share our broadcasts here on YouTube, on TikTok, on Booyah, and on Facebook, because you can even open 2 tabs, 3 tabs, and watch us anywhere. If we get to 1 million people watching, we will bring you guys more rewards. And of course, you have the code to take the board of Lbff, the first item of Lbff. Collect it on reward.ff.garena.com/pt. Let me repeat it, reward.ff.garena.com/pt. And there we see Camilota XP presenting the broadcast, the Brazilian broadcast, the broadcast in Portuguese, bringing you guys and hosting you guys around the world and here with us. And of course, we'll take a quick break because we need to decelerate over here to prepare for the last 2 maps of the day. So we'll be right back after a quick break.
Yeah, of course. And stay tuned because the 3 matches of Purgatory already happened. So we are heading to the last one of Kalahari and eventually of Bermuda. Stay tuned.
We are back live to bring you guys the schedule and the standings that will be coming on the screen for you to see the picture of this Lbff. We have Loud leading the standings.
Wow.
The three booyahs there will be corrected. The one
It's a
booyah is from
technical problem.
Vivo.
Yep.
It's a technical problem, but Loud tying up with before and Fluxo only 3 points behind. This is just insane.
Indeed, Marcelo will be decided in Kalahari in Bermuda. If not, in Bermuda.
Only in Bermuda. Because if Loud gets a booyah and goes to the top, before can get a booyah in Brasilia and go to the top, Fluxo can get a booyah. My God, this we started the season saying this was the most balanced Lbff in the history, but I didn't figure that it would be that balanced.
Yep, that's way too balanced for myself.
That's just insane.
But
that
it's
is just
still,
insane.
it's still, of course, Loud have a double booyah. They are tied with before. Let's picture this. If before finish the day tied with Loud, and Loud have the double booyah advantage, they will win because of the tiebreak. But if Loud and before have double booyahs, the same numbers for points and double booyahs, that will be decided for the number of kills. And Loud is still ahead of before. So indeed,
But
that's way too balanced for myself.
this is just insane. I never figured out I would broadcast a grand finals as balanced and as tight as this one is right now. But for me, Carol, it's important to see which players will take the title, will take the trophy. But we gotta say that we have some MVP runs going on over here, and we have the Brabo da Galera that is also coming here for you guys, and we know that the voting has already ended, and those were the four guys fighting for that audience choice, the MVP of the crowd, Carol.
Yeah, the MVP of the crowd, and like we were discussing about that, Noda and Will, they are really good as the frontliners of Loud, but who have grown the most this season were Fuck. So I think Fuck deserves that. So vote. You cannot vote it anymore, but what you guys can do, it is follow us as we are going to see another personality.
We're going to the studios
Ooh.
because we have probably the funniest guy in Free Fire.
With his
Community
helmet.
over here with the helmet. It's Alisson on the stage, and this guy is just a guy. One more guy that Free Fire touched and changed the life. One more guy that came from a poor background, that came from the ghetto and got to raise in the community and got to make his life better with the help of Free Fire. He was the guy who gave the announcement of the Brabo da Galera that season, and now he is just following through with Camilota and Folha.
He showed up in the I Am Free Fire, but actually he was one of our producers were caught by the attention of on social media. So on the hashtag Lbff, he was joking around about Camilota's job as the presenter for Lbff, and he keeps joking with Camilota that he will steal her job. But you know, Camilota is Camilota, and Alisson, I'm pretty much sure he's definitely an amazing guy.
He has a bright future.
And he has a bright future, but I don't know as Camilota because she's unique. But indeed, Alisson, it is definitely an amazing guy, and coming from the high ground, the poor high ground, and being a part of the competitive scenario is way too good. So kudos for you, Alisson.
And of course, we had some issues with our standings. You guys check this out. And live TV is like that. We have some problems, some technical problems going on. And now we'll bring you guys the correct standings. And now Loud is not tied with before. They are 5 points behind. Fluxo is 7 points behind Loud. And Vivo Kate is getting closer. 76 points. Anyone can take it, Carol.
Okay, even though they are not tied, it's still a very balanced season. They are getting close off before. Right now, they just needed to go way better in Kalahari and Marcelo. The competition indeed are getting tied. Those teams are getting even more heavy. Unfortunately, we are seeing one of the favorites in the 50th position, not looking so strong, but there is still time for them in the next two maps.
Anyone can take it. From first place to let's say 5th place, anyone can take it, Carol. And now we're heading to the 8th map of the day. We're heading to Kalahari. And Kalahari is a place where Fluxo thrives, before thrives. SSE Sports had a great year. Fluxo was the best team in Kalahari in the season.
But they don't thrive there.
They thrive.
Ah, okay.
They thrive in Kalahari. SSE Sports had an amazing year, an amazing season in Kalahari. Before as well, Fluxo and Before were the two best teams in Kalahari this season. So this is a map where everything can change. And if someone wants to take Before out of this matchup, they know where to find them.
Indeed, they know where to find it. And in Kalahari, like Marcelo said, we have our top best teams. And Fluxo, it's along with them as before, but we also have seen great come from Tropa there. As we see the confirmation of the maps, the last ones already, it's going to happen. Only the double booyah were made by Loud Team and Purgatory and Kalahari. Maybe we will see what Loud will bring for us in this last match in Kalahari, but we haven't seen great stuff coming from Before over there as well, getting their first booyah in there. Nitrox top 10 from the booyah to the bottle and to the bottle and to the bottle, not having an amazing performance after the booyah in Bermuda. Fluxo team looking very strong in the regular game, and Vivo Kate trying to keep it up, Marcelo.
And Carol, it's just incredible to get to the second to last map of the season with 5 teams still contending to be the champions. Who is your bet? Tell us on the chat, because we'll bring you guys the last 2 maps of the day, and of course we'll bring you
hashtag put a hashtag Lbff on social media, and put who you're cheering for, who's you're celebrating for, if Loud, if Vivo Kid, if it's Fluxo team. But Marcelo, please bring these guys for us.
Let's bring these guys. We have Lobo Mal here, and of course, guys, you don't need to leave our broadcast to beat the goals, because this chat beats the goals. It counts to beat the goals. So keep watching here with us, and if you want to open another tab with the Portuguese broadcast, please open it, and we will share, and it will count twice for you guys on the goals. We have Vani Andrade over here, Maluca X is here, Eduardo FF, Raíssa Silva also here, Luke Guitar is over here, Hello Artes, Júlio Zera, FX Larissa is here, Pain, Marco Túlio Batman, Niel Zera, Nathan Xavier, Caio Augusto, PCBR HGZin is here with us, Artemisia Moreira, Sagar Muk saying love from India, love to India as well. Mondi Ramadan saying hello friend, hello for you as well. Roberta de Oliveira, FX Júnior, Fana Bruna, Sagamuki, everyone is here to check out those last 2 maps of the day, and thank you guys from all around the world that is here with us. But we gotta check out who is running to be the MVP of the season. We know that MTS already broke the record with 135 kills, but Iago is coming close.
Yeah, even though Iago is coming close, I feel like MTS is slowed down a little bit, because before the Purgatory match, he was with 133, and right now only 2 more kills on his side. But let's see if he will get even more kills in Kalahari, as we see most of those players, except for Lobato, reach the 100 mark this season, with Kawan back in the competition.
Kawan back in the competition, but now the competition is for 3rd place.
Yes.
We have 2 more maps, and it's tough for someone to reach Iago, and even tougher for it to reach MTS. Iago would need 20 kills with MTS killing no one on these last 2 maps. So it's a little tough. Maybe MTS is already the MVP. Maybe, just maybe, because we say it's tough, but nothing is impossible right here, Carol.
No, nothing is impossible when we are talking about the Lbff and the natural unborn killers, as you guys are seeing. And I really like to see 2 players from the same team as Iago and Lobato, which shows the great team do that they do, Marcelo. As I know that before, it's because of those players that they are in the 1st place in our table.
And of course, we are dealing with some technicalities over here, and we'll go for a quick break, and right back after a quick minute. We'll be right back. We are back live with you guys, bringing you all the action of the last 2 maps of the day. We still have 2 more maps to come to decide who will be the champions of Lbff Season 6. And we gotta check the standings for you guys to understand how is this run going on right now. As we have Fluxo and Vivo rising up on the table, trying to get to before and loud. What was impressive was that Fluxo hold on until the end of the match and got their fourth second place finish in this day, Carol.
Yes, the 4th second place finish in this day indeed shows how great it is, the regularity that Fluxo team has throughout the whole season. Even though they had ups and downs, they fixed their mistakes and they came prepared with their experience, luggage and baggage from the 4th season where they were the winners. As we see that Vivo also is trying to be the winner once more. But Marcelo, as we were talking about before, and Loud were never winners. Loud indeed hit the runner-ups more than one time, and right now maybe it is a good time for them, or before, or who knows. It's going to be very interesting as well if we see a second champion for Vivocator Fluxo.
The 3 teams that are champions and are playing on the Serie A in the history of Lbff have the chance of getting the title. The only team that is a champion and is not playing in Lbff is Team Liquid, that won the first Lbff, but Fluxo, Vivocade and SS Sports are all in the run. They close the top 5 behind Loud and before. So it's a scene of movies, of Hollywood. One of the 2 teams that don't have a title and are in between the most beloved teams here in Brazil, before and Loud, they can get the title. And the 3 champions can become 2-time champions. So we could not have said it with a script, we could not have done a movie about it. It happened amazingly, and now we have Alisson on the floor with Elgato, and Elgato will show him his moves.
Indeed, we will show him his move, because Elgato, he actually, if you guys are not aware of that, he is also a writer, songwriter, and he has sing one of the Lbff team songs as well. But Marcelo, I'm very excited to go to Kalahari. Let's get prepared for that, because things will maybe be set right now in Kalahari, who knows.
But you know what is happening right now?
What?
Our crew is sweeping with the mop, the whole map of Kalahari.
It makes sense.
Since it has lots and lots of dust, it takes a while for us to take all the dust away of Kalahari, and then it will not be called Kalahari anymore, it will be Clean Lahari.
Clean Lahari. That make all the sense, Clean Lahari, because we are getting into the airplane very clean.
A clean airplane.
With a very tasty food. I would say with a prepared crew.
Food,
right?
Food in airplane is never good.
I like it.
Food in airplane is never good.
I like it.
And of course,
I like the song of the airplane as well.
That's what I was going to say. The theme music in our airplane is just incredible. And we got to bring you the words of Lena, and we'll be bringing you guys all the emotion of that.
Diz pra minha mãe que eu vou atrás do meu sonho, e ele não tá tão distante assim. Lembro das noites perdidas de sono, acreditar foi o melhor pra mim. Somando kills, eu fiz o meu nome. MVP, sonho de menor. Seleção da Lbff, brota na frente que vá pro esquece. Somando kills, eu fiz o meu nome. MVP, sonho de menor. Seleção da Lbff, brota na frente que vá pro esquece. A decolagem foi autorizada, vou quebrar caldo, dominar o território. Com inteligência em qualquer mapa, Kalahari, bermuda ou purgatório. Qualquer erro é fatal, leva ao rebaixamento. Sei pra player na distância, dedicação 100%. Objetivo é a taça e pulseira, MVP o brabo da galera. Ser campeão da Liga Brasileira, presencial todo mundo na espera. Acredita no sonho, você pode vencer. Um vende a milho, outro era gari, hoje tão na LB. Não vai faltar empenho, nem paciência, na persistência, de cá com a essência. Diz pra minha mãe que eu vou atrás do meu sonho, e ele não tá tão distante assim. Lembro das noites perdidas de sono, acreditar foi o melhor pra mim. Somando kills, eu fiz o meu nome. MVP, sonho de menor. Seleção da Lbff, brota na frente que vá pro esquece.
We're back live, and of course, we're clear to take off, so let's hit the skies! Ladies and gentlemen from the flight, RFD8 heading straight to Kalahari. This is your captain, myself, Angini, and by my side, my co-pilot, Carol Bombshell, invite you to loosen your seatbelts, fasten your boards, because it's the last time that we are dropping in Kalahari.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the last time today and this season in Kalahari. The desert of Kalahari will be remembered and marked right now by those teams, because before Loud and Fluxo team, picture our top 3. And since we are talking about teams, the highest points made in Kalahari came for SS Sports, Loud, Before, and Vivo Kid. All the teams that complete our top 5. So, amazing stuff indeed will happen right now as we are setting our game to the final stage, which is going to be decided in Bermuda.
This will be decided in the last match. This will indeed be all over only in Bermuda, Carol. And as you said, all the 4 best teams in the season are in Kalahari, are fighting for the title. And that brings us back to that talk that we were having on the start of the broadcast. Yeah. Kalahari sets away the man from the boys, right?
Indeed, Kalahari sets a lot of things. And Marcelo brought important info here today that maybe Rafa X
coming into play.
Come from a multi. And as I was saying, maybe Kalahari come to set new things overall for all the teams, because they are so used to playing in Bermuda, in Purgatorio, that in Kalahari it is a different scenario. The teams have to done different things, as we see. Marcelo, another replacement.
Another replacement, Moreira coming back to play in place of Legit. Now Giga, Killed, Moreira, and Spill, not D3, fighting for Tropa.
Yes, and though this is the best squad for Tropa since the very beginning of the season, as we see Nitrox top 10 dominating.
Also 2 changes.
Yeah, Romeo.
J8CZ in place of Romeo, and Bonsai also coming into play in place of Brabo.
Yeah, unfortunately, Romeo, that is in your FF squad, it's out of the game right now.
I'm still finishing the season ahead of you.
What a sad moment for Marcelo.
I'm still finishing the season ahead of you.
Whatever, Marcelo.
I'm still beating you.
Whatever. He's out of the game.
Why do you want to taunt me if you're losing to me?
Because you are full of yourself all the time because of that. Just please.
And I won!
Please. Just be a little bit humble about that.
It's not lack of humility.
Just be a little bit humble.
You back it up, and I'm backing it up.
Guys, just because
I am beating you.
Sometimes Marcel thinks just because he's big, he's true. This is
I'm not
better in Portuguese, but anyway.
The only thing is, I said I was gonna beat you, and what happened?
You just beat because I made
so
one
I beat
mistake.
You, so I win.
Because I made one mistake.
So I win.
Because I made one mistake.
So I win.
Because I made one mistake.
I still win.
Because I made one mistake in one single weekend. Because of now, you would be on the bottom.
I still beat you.
Okay, congratulations. What do you want? You want a candies?
I know.
I
want you to say you beat me fair and square.
You just beat me. You didn't beat Camilota. You didn't beat
I
Folha.
still beat you. And now we have Fluxo trying to beat the other teams over there.
Marcelo is just full of himself right now because he cannot beat the other casters.
I thrive on feeding myself on the tears of the losers. I win.
No, he won against me, but he didn't won the fight, the war. He just won the fight between me and him, but not.
And now we have Fluxo.
The season against Camilota and Folha.
I still win. You don't have a say right here.
He's even trying to change the subject because he's
I won.
full of himself
and it's
right
only
now.
tears. All you're saying to me comes as that's all I hear right now. I won.
Congratulations, Marcelo.
Thank you.
Oh my goodness.
No, I still want you to say you beat me fair and square.
He still won nothing, cause he's not winning from Camilota or Folha. He still win nothing.
I will still hear you say you beat me fair and square.
You will not. I will never. I would never, ever, ever, because he knows why he won.
Now
from
you
me.
know what is a sore loser.
Now, because he knows why he's winning from me, and he knows that's not even fair. But anyways, what's fair right now, it is the safe zone shrinking and gather all the players together in playground, in the prison.
And Refinery is not a good position anymore.
Not anymore, as we see once again before leaving that, getting out of their comfort zone.
And the safe zone favors Loud. That's the most impressive thing, that in the matchup that we might have a change on the lead, Loud is in the best position and throughout the whole season we've seen before take the best position in Refinery, and on the last Kalahari map of the season it favors the team that is going after them, Carol.
Indeed, Marcelo, and we see that in Purgatory map, even though they got the 4th position, they had a hard time to adapt themselves leaving Brasilia. And when they get out of their comfort zone, maybe we'll give them such a hard time to complete their mission to get another Booyah, for example, or to keep their points in the leadership of our standings. But let's see how this will fare off, because we are reaching almost the 7 minutes. The 12 teams still alive. Not even the first blood had happened.
And the team's been silent and quiet, and it's the precaution that precedes the war. And the war is beginning between Netshoes Miners and Nitrox Top 10. Nitrox Top 10 with 2 changes for these maps. Let's see if Broilo, Field, Natividade, and Hick can hold those new players, those new guessed players here in this matchup. It's Hick using the ice to go over and trying to take the players from Nitrox Top 10, but the grenades are coming in from Natividade. Hick still getting closer with the double vector. He tries to surround the ice, and Natividade uses the ice to stop the players, and Field will be the one taking down Chinese. Head will go down as well. The kill from Chinese is confirmed. The first blood goes to the hands of Netshoes Miners. Broilo will take Head. There is only 2 players still alive for Nitrox Top 10. J8 is inside of the house, and Bonsai trying to survive the 2 players that just came into play. Now Bonsai goes to the floor. There is only J8 is here. He's not anymore. Nitrox Top 10 goes down in the last position, and finally Netshoes Miners get it back into play. For the first time in the whole day, Netshoes Miners start the match with a good positioning, with good kills, and maybe the Kala Miners just woke up.
But Marcelo, how come can we explain the poor performance, the bad, awful performance happening of Nitrox Top 10, a team that already got a Booyah here today, that managed to earn their spot in the finals, and right now going so bad. This is actually the 3rd time, if I'm not mistaken, on the 4th time they are going back to the lobby in the bottom position. 0 points for elimination, 0 points for elimination. That's such a shame on them.
And now we have the outdoor with the Netshoes Miners picture. And the stars are there. We see Peusada, we see Broilo, we see everyone else. O Trem Bebê also there. Netshoes Miners, a team that showed promise in the last weeks of the regular season, but was the worst team here today.
Yeah, the worst team today, because they're in the bottom. That's why they are the worst team. Even though Nitrox Top 10 is managed to go way worse than them in bottom positions, Netshoes Miners, you cannot connect great points for themselves. But like Marcelo said, let's see if the Kala Miners woke up right now.
And now we have Kawe waiting for the rotation of the guys from Loud, and before forced to run away of the Refinery being held by Metagaming. Before Metagaming, 2 teams that usually get close to each other on the drop calls, in Purgatory, in Kalahari. And now they might be the door holders for before. They left the Refinery, they left the high ground advantage, and now let's see how before fare off rotating in Kalahari. We know that set in the Refinery, they are amazing. But who else is amazing in Caris Luxo? And they want to bring the fight back for the top of the standings. VCC is already positioned over there. The players from Loud, the players from Team Coda Solid trying to make some damage, and CS takes a lot of damage. He will use the inhaler. Sul Games style, using the inhaler over there to get some of its life back. And Vichinchi Space using the grenades to give some damage to the players from Fluxo. Grenades coming in. Sia's also trying to deal some damage, and he takes half of Pong's life over there. More grenades from Vichinchi Space, and Sia's is using the Chrono, is using the CR7 to protect himself over there. And now he will try to find the grenades. More grenade shots coming from Sia's. No one is hit as we reach 10 minutes into play. Only one team wiped out. And it was the Nitrox Top 10 squad, Carol.
The Nitrox Top 10 squad also not having a good day in those finals. Not even getting great results, but right now getting one of the players on the floor from Fluxo team.
Team Corazon Red putting Japa BKR on the floor. And Fluxo will have to rotate and help Japa BKR. It was no Bru who went there to help. And Sias put a lock to the floor, and now Loud also getting into this fight. Sias trying to get the kill on Alok. Vichinchi Space also there. Fak will put Punch to the floor. Team Coda Solid now in a predicament. Sias with the grenades trying to take them down. Fak will put Quality to sleep as well. And now Team Coda Solid is losing all their players, falling one by one. And Fluxo tries to keep it alive. K1 will put Nobru to sleep. Loud will engage into this fight as well. Sias with the grenade gets a triple kill and finish off the whole Team Coda Solid squad. While Loud tries to come in, they will use the drone to find the position of the players from Fluxo. Let's see if they will engage into this fight. 10 teams, 39 players still alive. We see still players from Fluxo really close to the players of Loud. K1 tries to use his fire to put down the haste of Fluxo, and B4 is coming. Fuck takes the headshot from Juan. B4 is also engaging into this fight. It's a direct fight for the standings. In the second to last map, K1 will take Fuck to the floor. Loud and B4 might face each other head to head in this matchup. This has huge implications on our table and on the possible champion of Lbff. Sias and Japa BK are still alive for Fluxo. Nobru and Fak were taken down. Now we see that the danger zone is closing out on Loud, on Fluxo, on Metagaming and B4. Let's see how this fight will happen. Juan, Iago, Prozinho over there trying to find the M on the players of Metagaming that are trying to impose themselves into this party. Juan taking some studying done, trying to find Japa BKR inside of the house. The safe zone is closing to Porto Seguro, not to a safe position. It will be all out in the open. We see Noda getting ready to fight. Kronos will take Sias down. Killed took himself and put himself to sleep, and Fluxo will be taken down. Kronos gets the kill on Sias, and Japa BKR was taken by a player of Metagaming.
Ouch.
Meanwhile, Loud tries to take down the players from B4. Tropa goes down in the hands of Corinthians. Corinthians is also trying to bring back the fight for this last matchup. 8 teams, 32 players. All teams with all 4 players here in this matchup. Natividade will put onto the floor. SS Sports is another team that is trying to fight for the title. Put on is on the floor. He will not be helped by Phoenix. He couldn't get to the help. And Natividade will put Phoenix to sleep as well. SS Sports in trouble right now. Natividade will get Chupinha. Netshoes Miners into play. And SS Sports was destroyed by the Netshoes Miners.
Yeah, the Kala Miners finally woke up, Marcelo, wiping out one of the best teams of this season.
And now B4 has to rotate, but they have to deal with Metagaming as well. Field will take Noda to the floor. Metagaming might be changing the picture of the scene, even though they're not fighting anymore for the title. And Kawe with the double kill! Down with the grenade launcher, putting Loud in a bad position. This would help B4 a lot in the run for the title. Noda puts Drax to the floor. He gets the kill on Drax. And now Corinthians is going after the B4 players. Juan is down. Loud will be eliminated in the 7th position. This might be leading B4 to the championship. This might be leading B4 to the title. We have Metagaming changing the scenario. Them and Netshoes Miners changing the scenario. B4 with only Iago and Prozinho. Iago will go down. Only Prozinho to fight them. B4 will go down. Nothing changes. Nothing changes because the teams are once again close to each other. Vivocate is the one who might change the scene. If they stay alive, they might change it all. Bobs puts Cebolinha to the floor. Broilo sends Lost once again to sleep. 5 teams still on the fight. 18 players on the run for the title. Carol, what an incredible scenario.
What we are watching here, Marcelo, it's one for us to remember as we see the full squad of Vivocate is still alive, fighting to be once again winners.
Modestia sends a player from Corinthians to the floor, while Los Grandes tries to get to the players of Vivocate. General takes a lot of damage and metagaming will go down. MVR is the one trying to enter the house to harm the players from Vivocate. They are trying to Vivocate out of this matchup. Corinthians will go down on the hands of Netshoes Miners once again. They are changing the scene, even though they are not fighting for the title. Vivocate still alive. Vivocate still trying to take the booyah. One more shot from Modestia will put Hick down. Broilo goes down as well. Gus was the one who sent Broilo down with a grenade launcher shot. They will try to use the grenades to take the players from Netshoes Miners out of the game. MVR and Gus sending Netshoes Miners back to the lobby. Hafax gets the sight on Modestia. There are 3 players to fight for each team. Now, that got an unknown 9 are fighting for Vivocate. MVR is being helped by his teammates. General is on the floor. He will be finished off, but Hafax is also finished off.
No way.
Now they have to run. No 9 will go down. There is that guard to fight. Cebolinha goes down. That guy uses the ice. Gus is trying to go over him, but he has a little life of an inch left, and Los Grandes does it! Finally, it's a booyah for Los Grandes! Vivocate is changing the scene, but the co-workers here, the secondary roles now made the change in the table. Netshoes Miners, Los Grandes, they all changed the picture of the whole grand finals, and Vivocate might be joining the party, Carol!